Alright, so it looks like we're going to jump and play Shards of Alara Flashback draft. Not a set I've drafted. I know the shards, so we'll see how it works out. I think my goal here is going to be stay in two colors as long as I can and go from there. See what we get. Oh, Godsire in the first pick. There goes the stay into two colors. Um, I think it's probably just too good of a card to not pick. And I would really like to play Naya. I really like the colors. And other than that, I don't see anything that stands out as a great first pick. So we might be going Godsire straight Naya. And yeah, let's take it. Well, if we don't, we can always splash one of the colors. We can pick maybe green and white and go Bant with a little bit of red or something along those lines. That won't be too bad, I don't think. All right. Minion Reflector. Don't think that's too highly sought after. Um, what else in here do we have? Hissing Iguanar seems okay. What I've heard is the format is pretty slow, so some of these big green and red guys could be good picks here. If we were in Esper, I wouldn't mind going with some of the artifacts, but I think I'm going to leave those alone. Land fixing would also be pretty nice. I don't know if I want to take that with the second pick. But since we do have a Godsire, an 8-drop, it might not be a bad idea to take this now. Otherwise, Guardians is pretty good. We could grab some of the Exalted stuff. Hard and over hover over Guardians. I think we'll probably want the land. Even second pick. Let's just go with that. So we have Bant Battle Mage. Another Guardians here. Naya Search Land. And yeah, not too much else in here. Scourge Devils is okay. Nothing else really sticks out. We might actually just be grabbing another land. Landed in the first 3 picks. We could use, if we go Naya this, to gain trampled everything, which I'm okay with. But I think I'm going to grab the land and just play it safe. In this pack we have Lightning if we want to go black and splash white instead. We can grab a Dragon Fodder, Rip Clan Crasher here, 2/2 haste. This could be in our colors. Maybe we try to go aggressive early and just save Godshire for later. This guy could give us a little more ramp in white. Some kind of Torn. I think maybe just taking a guy since we've taken land might be the best choice here. Although I do like Blightning as a card. I think we're going to go with Rip Clan. All right. So once again, not a lot of Naya stuff. I see Ethereum Sculptor, which is pretty good for the artifact deck. Don't really want to switch out of what we have. I haven't seen anything great really coming around. 2/2 for 3 that maybe we use the ability. Hopefully we didn't pass too much to give away the red. Yeah, I don't see anything that really stands out. We could possibly use Lightning Talons. This seems very expensive. So maybe we grab Lightning Talons here. So we have the Bant land, which we could use. Once again, I feel like we need more guys here. This one lets us search for Godsire and put it into play. But I think we'll probably just want Cavern Thoktar here. Just a big guy. Really fits the Naya theme. So we're going to grab that. Next pack, a lot of artifacts still. It doesn't look like anyone's going with Esper artifacts. And not much we can really use out of it other than Dispeller's Capsule if we're going to stay in Naya, which I don't really want to jump out of at this point. I think this is a good card to draw cards in the deck, and maybe we just want to grab that and take it away. Or possibly we take this card just in case we switch to Bant and splash red, which would kind of eliminate these cards. That's a possibility. So let's just take the Courier's Capsule. Grixis colors would help us get Mountain. Obelisk of Bant we could use. Once again, we haven't had a lot of guys. Gift of Gargantuan could be good for us just to kind of filter through, hit our lands, or grab our big guy. I think that's what we want to go with. Once again, not much here for us. You grab a Dispeller's Capsule. Possibly a counter spell if we're going Bant. So let's grab Capsule. Got the Platoon. Seems like it could be good. We run into issues with flyers. It is expensive. I once again don't see too much. We could also actually grab this red guy, cycle it in our deck if we don't need it, so maybe he's the better pick here. Yeah, let's grab him. Mountain Walk might be relevant. Don't see any use for the other cards. Take the green card. Alright, so hopefully we get some more Naya stuff in the next pack, because it's not looking too great. We don't need that. Yeah. But it might have just been me, but it seemed like there wasn't really a lot of cards standing out other than the Esper cards, all the packs we got. So maybe we should have somehow gotten Esper, but it's hard when you get Godsire on the first pick. I guess we'll take this guy. Who knows? Maybe we'll try play him. Is it worth 3 creatures to get Godsire out? Good question. I'm not sure. All right, next pack. We're definitely a Nyan. I see a Woolly Thoktar here, just 5/4 for 3, just a great value. Mastodon is pretty good. Another cycle guy. We could possibly use this guy, although we don't devour too much. And big reach guy here. Fortunately, I don't see us playing Broodmate unless we want to splash black, which we do have 1 land for currently. For a flyer. I think maybe we just take Woolly Thoktar here, really help our curve out a little bit. Although this would be great to play. Sticking with the Naya card's probably better. I might be wrong there, but I think that's what we're going to go with. Clarion Ultimatum. Not as usable as some of the other ones. We have the Jund Battle Mage. We could use the +1 or the 1/1 green Sapperling ability off of it. Elvish Visionary is a good card that replaces itself. I do like the Rate Claw 5/3 for 5. Also can give itself first strike. So I think this is probably the best card for us in the pack. Elvish Visionary is probably the next best card. But let's grab the Naya card. So we're pretty heavy into Naya. The LG. Shroud gets 1/1 counters when something dies. So it'll help us search out a plains. That's about it. So we got Grixis. Should give us a mountain or possibly a swamp. We don't have anything to splash right now. Mastodon here could be good. Exalted Flyer. I like that card as well. So there's a chance to splash maybe blue, maybe black. Mastodon is in our colors though. I don't see any reason to not take Mastodon here. We're hitting our late stuff, but I think that's okay. So we got the Naya land. I think that jumps out right away. A lot of blue stuff here, but nothing that's worth splashing for. Knight is also very good. So it's between Knight and the land. This would help us on our 2-drops, which we're kind of light on right now. Naya helps us hit our land. So that's kind of a tough choice. I'm leaning towards the Knight right now just because we don't have much here. But I would really like the land. Maybe that will come back around, maybe it won't. Let's just take the Knight for now. 1/3 reach exalted. Oh, another Knight. Looks like we should have gone with the Naya land. But I'm not too bent out of shape about picking either of these cards. I think the Knight is probably better. Kind of hits our thing. We can be a little more aggressive with it. We're not really trying to be exalted, but we really could with some of the bigger creatures. I'm going to grab the Knight though. Naya Battle Mage. The fact that it's still here hopefully is a sign that no one else is taking Naya. You can tap with it or give another creature +2/+0. So I like that. Tapping for a land or a mana with the high end we have is also desirable, I think. And there's some other good cards here that we could play. But I think it's probably between the Battle Mage and the Druid. We do have a lot of late game stuff. I think we'll probably prefer to have the Druid. Maybe that's not the right pick, but I'm going to take it. Tidehowler Scuffler. Yeah, Sculler. It's very good for the artifact deck. So maybe someone's still not drafting that. The best thing for us is probably just the Roar. We could play it possibly. We don't really have a lot of trample, but I don't want to grab another Dispeller's Capsule for the sideboard. So let's grab the Roar. Bantland. Probably what we're going to go with here. Soul's Might, I think we'd rather just have a creature instead of Soul's Might. And it's not an instant, so it's kind of slow. Telegraphs, but it fits a Naya theme. But I think the land, we need some more mana fixing. Probably clear winner. So some of these cards came back around. I'm kind of surprised the Flyer's still here. But for us, it's going to probably be between these two. We have one of the Ridge Ran it already here, so let's grab the 5/6 reach guy. So again, we can cycle him, so I'm not even afraid about playing him in the main board. Albasa Jun, once again, helps us ramp, has 2 of our colors. If we get a good black card next pack, might help us splash for it. We've already got one of the lands over here for Jund. So let's grab it for now. Esper brings us just the plains, will also splash possible black. We don't have artifacts. Looks like no one's drafting the Exalted deck. And I don't think we're going to grab a lot of blue stuff. So let's just grab the land. Which card do we want to take away? Maybe a Shroud. We don't have a lot of targeting spells though, so maybe that's not something we want to do. But I think it's probably just better than the other two cards. Once again, let's go Soul's Might, I guess. Who knows, we might need it. Excommunicates here. I'm actually not too mad about taking it. I kind of like the tempo that cards like that bring. Okay, so we got Ether Swarm Canonist as our rare. Jund Charm, which we could splash for. Let's see, what else do we have? Another Knight, Cavern Thoktar. But I see Resounding Silence is probably one of the better removal spells. Instant speed, exile a target attacking creature. We're not super aggressive. We have some early game stuff, but I could see us getting attacked. Jund Charm we could splash for. I wouldn't be mad for if we had to take that. This guy's pretty good as well. But I think it fits more the Bant theme. I think Resounding Silence is just a very good removal card that we'll want to play. So we will first pick that. Second pack, we got 3 damage to target creature. If it dies, you put a 1/1 black skeleton token. But it looks like I would have to say Soulfire is probably better. We're pretty creature heavy. We can get good use out of it. And we have some big creatures to do significant damage if we get them out. Also in the pack is another Cavern of Thoktar here, another Knight. Also good picks, but a damage spell like remove a creature has got to be priority for us. Another LG here. It's not bad. Grixis doesn't help us too much unless we want to grab it for the swamp ability. Wild Nactil, play a turn 1, can eventually be a 3/3 for us. I think that helps our early game a little bit. I wouldn't be mad about taking another Mastodon. But let's grab this guy here. I think we'll want him. We have a lot of creatures with 5 or greater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have some uses to actually trigger on this, but I don't think it's extremely reliable. So there's some other good cards in the pack. Rockslide Elemental. I like that card as well. Hissing Iguanar, also a good card. And even those 2 colors, I might lean towards the Steward just because it can tap for mana to help us get to some of the late game stuff quicker and ramp us a little bit. I think it's probably between that Rockslide Elemental and Hissing Iguanar. I think we're just going to go with the ramp here. Probably a better ramp than the Druids for us. Yeah, let's go with that. In this pack we have Esper land there. I don't think we're going to need to splash any colors. Sanctum Gargoyle is great for the artifact deck. This is pretty far for us to try to play. So not much here. We could take a Naturalize for the sideboard, just in case we do come up against the artifact deck. Someone's got to have it. So it might actually be a good idea to take it now, make sure we get it, especially with nothing else really sticking out in the pack. Might be one of our best sideboard cards. Bant Battle Mage, I would be okay with taking. Give us Trample. A Soulfire is still here. I think maybe that wins out. Obelisk would be good for ramping, and we can get 2 out of the Jund Paranorma or Panorama for this as well. So this is kind of a hard choice. I think the removal spells is good, and we got to take it, but it might be better that we're not getting enough mana fixing. Esper Charm still here. Definitely means no one's taking Esper. Things like that are still sticking around. Very surprising. Welcome Guide is just a card we can play. And give another creature flying when it comes into play. It could be one of these guys. We actually are filling in our bottom end and not our top end. So I like taking it. Nothing else really stands out. So we'll take Welcome Guide. I don't see this gaining too much life, so not too much value out of that. Got another wild here. That would be also fine with playing. Don't want to get into too many of these obelisks, but I want to make sure we can hit some of this endgame stuff. I think still grab this guy. Could grab another naturalize here for the sideboard. I think that's probably the way to go. I could see us using the taunter as well. Let's grab another naturalize. So we'll grab the taunter this time around. Don't think we're going to play it though. So we can grab Mountain from this. Mastodon still here. I think we take a Mastodon. We already grab a Chalice. It's not something we really want to play or have 2 of. I'm not sure how good this enchantment is. It's the only thing in our colors. We're gonna grab it and throw it on the sideboard. So 2 guys that are guys. Mountain Walk might not be bad. We don't have a lot to enchant on it though. And not gonna hit that, but we'll grab it. Okay. See what we have here. We have 28 now. We have a pretty good late game. And what I've heard is it's a pretty slow play, so I'm not too worried about having stuff down here. I think we actually have a pretty strong early game as well. Do we play the Behemoth's Herald with a chance to just dig out Godsire? Don't think we need 2 of the Mount Walks. We may only need 0 of them. I'm not really sure. Keep the Steward. I guess we can keep the Crasher. I didn't think we'd play it too much. Kind of a combat trick that we might not need, but could be good if we ramp to the cycling ability. See, lands wise, we have a Naya. Esper is probably not going to help us. We didn't really need to splash one, pull that out. So we didn't end up with as many lands as I would have liked. We got 2 colors from that, a couple there. I think we're okay. It would be better to have a few more lands. So in our 3s, we got Excommunicate, might be a drop for us. Lightning Talons could be a drop. I think we probably want to play the other ones, even the Obelisk. Between Excommunicate and Lightning Talons, which one do we like more? Probably Lightning Talons. I think we might just drop the God Toucher. That might be a mistake, but I don't think it brings the value that some of the other cards bring. Probably want to cut 2 more cards. Maybe one of the cards down here. These 2 are also cyclable, so that doesn't really raise our mana curve that much as it probably looks like. Is it worth cycling or losing guys to bring out God's Eye? I'm not sure. Turn 1 play this guy, turn 2 play this guy, turn 3 play this guy, turn 4 put him out, tap, sack and get Godsire. That's a possibility. I doubt it will happen, but could. 2 ramp guys I think is probably okay for us. 2 more cuts. Don't think 2 Mastodons is too bad. We could cut 1 to kind of lower up here. I kind of like Lightning Talons because we do have some early game creatures. We could put it on a Steward. Attack as a 3/2 first strike, Vigilance, and then tap for mana. There's some things that this can go on, I think, that could make it strong. Really fits a Naya kind of theme. Resounding Roar could probably be cut as well. I'm not so sure about the Behemoth Herald. So I think we're going to cut 1 Mastodon. These I can almost say are 2s. Puts us pretty early with some late big creatures. I'm not too worried about that. We need to cut 1 more card. Probably a spell. Keep 17 creatures. Might be Resounding Roar. Don't have a lot of trample. Mastodon gives trample. Maybe for that reason we want 2 of them and maybe not Welcome Guide. Gives flying for 1 turn, which might be better. I'm gonna cut that tentatively for now. Lightning Talons I think is better for us. So we might go with that. Not many 4-drops, that's kind of scary, but question is, do we want to drop something here to bring back a Mastodon? Don't see anything that sticks out. Could drop probably the Goblin Mountaineer. It makes our Herald much less desirable to. I think maybe we just drop Herald. We don't have a lot of red permanents. Red creatures, that is. We have a Goblin. We have a Clan Crasher. We have to wait all the way to that for another red creature. I think we drop Herald, bring back a Mastodon. Is there anything else that we might want to bring back? I think 2 Naturalizes are going to be good for us. The next best card is probably the Excommunicate. But I think that's probably okay to leave on the sideboard. It may be take Goblin Mountaineer out, bring Excommunicate in. I'd probably be okay with that as well. It's a little slower pace. Leans towards our mid-range. Kind of move away from our early game. Because these guys, the Knights are pretty good for mid-range as well. So I think we're going to actually go with that instead. 16 creatures, 7 spells. Kind of light on the creatures for a Naya deck, I think. But our spells are, I would say, pretty solid. 2 Soulfire, Lightning Talon, Gift here. It's counting the Obelisk as a spell too. So that's going to help us kind of more just ramp. I think we're probably going to want, got red, you can search for red. think we're probably going to want one more red source just to be safe. Even it out a little bit. Because we do have Crasher here, which almost kind of hurts us in a sense. And we have some stuff we needed at 3. Black Tower would be great, and Soulfires are great, so I don't want to miss that. Yeah, I think I like that where we're at so far. Once again, these guys might be cycling most often than not, but it's nice to have them there as well. 5-6 reach, a 6-4, just big guys. That's what Naya does, just put out big guys. So I think we're gonna go with that. Give it a try and see what we can come of it.